sub-Saharan Africa, mathematics is traditionally viewed as a hard or difficult subject, reserved for the elite. As a result, many fear mathematics. A 2012 survey by OECD across 34 countries showed that 59% of 15 to 16-year-olds fear mathematics classes. No wonder, most learners perform far below international average. A 2019 report from the World Bank notes that numeracy skills are poor. In Uganda, for instance, only 2% of students could solve a simple age-appropriate mathematics problem by the end of Primary 4. According to the National Assessment of Progress in Education (NAPE) exercise administered in 2014, less than half the Primary 6 pupils have acquired most of the competences in numeracy and English literacy specified in the P6 curriculum. Teachers suffer from lack of basic subject knowledge and pedagogical skills. For example, only 21% of grade 4 math teachers could compare fractions and 25% could assess students' abilities. In rural and disadvantaged areas, teaching mathematics is further compromised by poor physical conditions in schools, inadequate teaching and learning materials, and shortage of well-qualified and trained teachers. The challenge has also been aggravated by a recent influx of 1.2 million refugees, many of whom are children of school-going age. The World Bank observes that children born today can be only 38% as productive when they grow up because of poor quality education, less school years, and the reality that some of the curriculum does not respond to the needs of those who do not have pre-primary education. For disadvantaged children, including girls, the disabled, children in poverty-stricken and war-torn areas, and those in emergencies, it is often a struggle to understand the subject. Yet, mathematics is useful in everyday life, from walking, cooking, to shopping and playing. It is the language for logic, an engine for innovation, and the foundation for problem-solving and critical thinking skills. It is one of the cornerstones for career and livelihood. Rutindo, a community-based organization in Western Uganda, is working on a solution. We run a local school with 250 children and are using innovative teaching techniques to improve children's literacy and numeracy skills. We believe that education is a collaborative process between home, school, and the community, and we nurture this three-way partnership. We have developed a unique intervention, the Math Plus Culture Project, which is improving students' attitudes to maths by training teachers to integrate local culture in the teaching of mathematics. The importance of using locally available materials in the teaching of math has been revealed in findings from 15 years of research into mathematics education in rural settings. Even if they're not going to school, children in rural East Africa make cultural-related objects and items. Many of these cultural practices and crafts and trades are intrinsically very mathematical. For example, cultural dances, hair braiding, mat making, basket weaving, tablecloth knitting, and the making of dolls and balls. At Rutindo, we have crafted an approach that involves local teachers and children in the process of scouting around their surrounding homes and environment to identify cultural objects and creatively link them to mathematical concepts. During the last year, with support from Australian Aid, Rutindo engaged various stakeholders including teachers, parents, teacher trainers, children, community leaders, Ministry of Education officials, and academics in analyzing the challenges and ways to improve the teaching of mathematics. As a result, 30 teachers across 4 schools were trained in piloting an alternative and innovative teaching method which has contributed to improved numeracy skills for over 1,042 primary school students. One of the teachers, Mr. Kato, shared how he once assessed his math class as a whole rather than identify individual learners, and as a result, weaker students were getting left behind.
Rutindo project came in last year in May. It helped me to realize my mistakes and begin teaching math well. How? Catering for learners individually, helping them to solve problems. The great advantage which I have realized in the project 1, I came to realize that when you use visual learning aids, teaching and learning process is always amazing. And when I started doing that always, my learners started understanding well.
We have seen increased school attendance as learners find lessons to be fun and interactive. The children are now more active, lively, and inquisitive. There's also an improvement in math grades for 3 out of 4 intervention schools and improved teaching methods. Children with disabilities are able to interact during lessons because of the use of local familiar learning aids, and more girls are included and interested in the learning because of the application of mathematics in domestic objects and games. Most important of all, we continue to notice a change of attitude among the children towards mathematics from the negative bias to a more positive appreciation. The teaching methodology is also being replicated in other subjects such as science by some of the teachers. We have also learnt some lessons along the way. For instance, many teachers seem to be more examination performance oriented instead of seeking to ensure that children understand mathematics. Parents and guardians are also a major influence of attitudes towards mathematics and the process of learning it. We believe that there is still a lot of work to be done to improve the way mathematics is delivered to children and spreading this revolution across the region. Routine the School was one of 7 winners of the MICTA, Mexico, Indonesia, Korea, Turkey, Australia, Education in Emergencies Challenge, which called for new ideas to improve access to education for children in emergency situations. The challenge was delivered with support of Australian aid, and winners were announced in December 2017.